Thank you very much. I tried to do that. Thank you. So we saved some time. So it's really 20 years ago. I'm still a Star Trek fan. And what stuck me most with the species of Borg, they're not nice, they're hostile, but they have some features which will change the world and which will change our industry. Because our industry is the biggest industry in the world. Real estate and construction, there's no bigger business, and is struck by technology at the moment no one would have believed a couple of years ago. So, the problem we have in the industry is every building is a prototype. We start from scratch. We make nice things, nice technology. At the end, everyone leaves, goes to the next project, and learning starts again. And we use 40% of all the resources of the planet. 30% of the waste of the planet, 30% of the energy is just used by construction. So there has to be some change. I'm running a big construction company, and 6 years ago, I thought we have to make some kind of change, and I founded a company named Cree. And what we wanted to do is to build differently. Don't use that much resources. So we said, let's use different resources like wood. What can we do with wood? Cities are growing. We have to have a solution for high-rise building. So we started talking about skyscrapers of wood. And the point is, everyone said, that's not possible. And there are so many specialists out there in construction. I'm one of them. And they knew it's not possible. But I didn't know that it's not possible. That's why I started doing it. And that helps. So not knowing something sometimes helps to start. So what we did is we're now building skyscrapers with wood, high-rise buildings, and using this technology. So there's some kind of progress. I think we need progress in every technology, but progress is not enough. Actually, we need change, a change of mindset. It's not a matter of technology. With so much technology out there, everyone knows something very good. But the point is, if we don't change our mindset, how we share what we know, and that's the point I want to talk about today. That will change our industry, because it's all about me. I wrote a book, it's called Bauen 4.0, From the Ego to the Lego. The problem we have is our ego, you know? That's something I know, my knowledge. I don't share it. And so we will not be fast enough to save the planet, because if you have a new technology, nice building, you wait 2 years until it's running. And other people probably look at it and learn. That's not going to be a change. That's what I said to myself. If I want to do something, I have to share whatever we know with as many people as possible all over the world to make a fast impact. So it's all about breaking away from old patterns and starting to share in the construction process. So that's where we said, okay, so we need to be some kind of platform, to be an open system, to get everyone access to what we learned. We learned so much the last 6 years. We built 5 buildings. The biggest wooden building in the world is designed by us now in Berlin. And that's something we want to put on a platform because we learn, not the others learn. If you give your information, what you know, to anyone else, and you watch what they're doing with it, you learn. If you don't give it away, you just know what you already know. And that's a mindset. The big corporations, like they say, everything has to be patented. Everything is just us. We can outsmart them. Doesn't matter what kind of size you have in the business. I'm a very small number as a company size, but I probably can make a difference. And if we share a lot of data, you know? Like every point here is a building designed by someone, and new data, new experience is made. So how can we connect that? But too much data is not good at all, so we have to put in a context. That's what we said. If we have parts, like Lego parts of buildings that work, they're good. Others should use them too. So the data is at the point in the building. And when you start, like Lego, everyone, a lot of people know probably Minecraft, so I don't want to just compare it just with Minecraft, but in a way, it's similar to Minecraft. So if you have the best solution, you have access to the best solutions, and you can use them, because it's not simple. If you want to build high-rise buildings with wood, you have to know a lot about fire regulations, about load bearing. There's so much know-how you have to gather. And all over the world now, people, companies, countries start building with wood. And you know why? Because they're lacking of sand. Probably you're not aware of that. That's another long story. I will not stay on that. But that's why wood is so important, but the knowledge of wood is not there. Probably in Austria, we have a lot of knowledge. That's why it's happening here. And 20 years ago, probably if someone would have told you, you will go to a car dealer and you will not talk about the car itself. You just talk about the way you buy it or finance it because you did it at home already. Everyone would have laughed at you. What we want to do is that everyone can build a real good, sustainable, high-quality building by its own. And going through it with new technology, with immersive technologies, to really feel how's it going to look and going to feel, and probably even the most, for some people, the most important thing, how much time and how much money will it cost. If you have a price tag on every part, you know exactly when this part has to be on the construction site. It's logistics like in the car industry. So you don't have these cost overrun, you know, this waste, all this mess you watch. Every one of you have watched construction sites. It's just stupid, not crazy. I watched him today. So the point is, when we connect now all the people working with the same concept, with the proven concept, with different architecture all over the world, we just connect this know-how and even get the know-how of the user experience when they are in the apartments and the building, and reintegrate that. And in the design phase, we really can make a big difference. So it's all about the ability to share. And everyone, doesn't matter in what kind of industry you are at the moment, probably you don't care about construction. But the point here is, when you start in your organization and let the people know what other people know, make a collaboration platform like we did in our company, and everyone has the same access to the knowledge of the company, and you even connect people between companies, different companies, you will be always faster, because no one knows more than everyone. So just imagine if all the smart people in this room could concentrate all their knowledge and everyone would have it, what we could change. The people in this room, what we could change. And I try to put this change on my industry, whatever industry you are in. And I just want you to show some pictures of what we did, what we're working on, because usually when I talk about this stuff, they say, yeah, it's all theory, probably someday it's gonna be that way. Because we built an 8-story building. It was the first high-rise wood building without sprinklers, not covered, where everyone said before, that's not gonna be approved, that's not gonna be possible. and we just did it 8 stories in 8 days. So when you watch there, you see this is a pilot project we did. These were 5 people working on the side. With 5 people, you can build 500 square meters a day. With 2 groups, 1,000 square meters a day. Just assemble it together. Because everything is prefab. It's not happening on the site. And you know why that will happen now? There are some reasons. The industry is growing so fast, and skilled labor is reducing very fast. The whole industry don't have enough people as workers and skilled labor. That's one thing. The other thing is that the design can be so much more digital today because of BIM, of all the parts you have in a digital twin. Just imagine, before we start this building, before we do the first step, you have a digital twin. And you can go in with the VR and you can look and check everything. You know every part, every supplier. Before that, you don't start. And then when you start, every day has its task. You know exactly what's going to happen. You don't have to waste. And the point is, when you're running the building, you can even have this digital twin watching alive, because all the data of the building, all you can learn about improving the building is feeding back. It's part of this digital twin. And on our platform, we have all the built buildings and learn from all the buildings. And the point is, if someone, like every one of you, tries to design a building and uses our approved parts, we know exactly what kind of part you use, and sometimes probably you know that, other architects who use this part because it works together. So this is intelligent, which is growing and not thrown away, and that's the point. Why would we work together on a project for 1 year and learn, and after that we just walk away and it's gone? That's just not right. The picture on the upper right side is, at the moment, the biggest wooden building in the world. It will be the headquarters of Vattenfall. And one of their main decision points was because it has minus 90% carbon. How's that possible? You know, everyone is talking about sustainable buildings, and they mean putting in a lot of technology that we use less energy. This is stupid, because if you put in a lot of stuff, you have to run a lot of stuff. And this lot of stuff uses a lot of resources and energies to produce. So the good thing is, put in as low as possible. And if you just compare, 1 cubic meter of concrete produces 2.5 tons of carbon dioxide. Just to produce it, because you have the cement, you have to transport, all that stuff. Think about wood. 1 cubic meter of wood has 960 kilograms, 1 ton of carbon extracted from the atmosphere to be produced by a tree. So it's the best process you just can imagine, and it's by nature. People sometimes ask me in the plane, what is your profession, what do you do? And then I think and I say, I'm working in carbon storage technology. And everyone is like, oh yeah, that's rocket science. This is really, how do you do that? How's the process? And I say, it's a really, really good chemical process. It's like, what you do is you take carbon out of the atmosphere, use some water, and produce building material. Wow, it's just a tree. But when you learn to use the wood for high-efficient engineered lumber, if you build high-tech buildings for the cities, which grows so fast, then it's a good solution. And the point is, we know exactly how much material of which kind is in the building, how we get it out after probably 80 years. But just imagine, in 80 years, resources will be so scarce. We will go through cities and look where the material is. But no one today, although they know exactly that that's going to happen, puts in his design a manual how those people get it back and still call it sustainable buildings. There is almost no such thing as a green building out there, besides probably this one. At least we're very close. And to show you how we share and how we distribute what we know, on the Ionia is a school in Singapore. It's built with the same concept, with the same systems, with the same parts. And that's how we work. That's everyone gets access and can build with that latest technology, can make a difference wherever it is. Because I thought, even if I have the best concept for buildings, if I do probably 2 every year, I'm not going to change this planet. No one will realize and that there's no impact. If you want to make an impact, whatever you learn, share it. And I think that is the biggest solution. So every one of you can have this huge impact, like coming back, thinking about it. What is it where I'm working on? What is it my company has? Knowledge. Distribute it in all these great people. Thank you so much.